Gundam.tk presents Victory Gundam. Yes, Master Grade. Hey, what's up everybody? It is Robert184 and I'm here with a review of the Master Grade V1 Victory Gundam Katoki Hajime version. Finally. This kit is the December 2009 release, and usually December is Bandai's best release of the year, and it sells for 3,800 yen. Now some of you, especially newer fans, if you've gotten into Gundam, especially with 00 or Seed, may be wondering why I'm so excited about this Master Grade V Gundam. And if you look on the right, this isn't exactly the same because this is the V Dash, which is just a power-up version of the V Gundam. But basically, I think this is going to be my first upgrade, where I'm going from a high grade 1/100th in this case to the Master Grade 1/100th. And what's impressive, well for me anyway, is that fans of the series, and well I haven't been watching it for that long, but had to wait from 1993 to get this Master Grade version. And I actually enjoyed the high grade build 1/100th, and you can check out the review. It's much better than I expected. But now that the Master Grade's here, I don't see why anybody would be wanting to go back to something like this. Before looking around the box, I think we'll open it up, and I was really pleased to see that instead of wrecking the box like they have with some of the other ones by advertising that it's Gunpla's 30th anniversary and that they're including clear parts, they give it to you on a yellow wraparound that once you pull that off, it gets out of the way. And let's take a look what you get inside. When you crack the box, you're going to see that the bottom has a brown line around it, and some of the kits have had that, and that usually indicates that they have extra parts in it. So, when you open it up, right away you're going to get the A-plate with half clear parts, red, black, and yellow. You're going to get, a very nice looking beam shield, including energy rays, white plates, blue, the plate of clear plates, celebrating the 30th anniversary, brown, more, including the beam fan, the yellow V fin, white, and gray parts. And finally, in the bottom of the box, you're going to get, they're advertising for a DVD of Gundam something or other, and you're going to get the manual. Looking around the box, you're going to see the original version Ka coloring, so everything's in white with a nice background, a whole bunch of unnecessary weapon information, and in the background, whereas with Unicorn it shows both Unicorn mode behind the Destroy mode, you're going to see it in its transformed mode, and this is the League Militaire suit from the series V Gundam, of course, in case you didn't know. When you scan around the box, you're going to see the same kind of information, some specs, a whole bunch of information, including a height of a whopping 15.2 meters, but I hope they actually give it some size. When you take a look at the images, they look very good and very clean, and they're all really, really deckled with red decals, including around the elbows. And just taking out the plates, I didn't see anything for the red, but I didn't look carefully. So I wonder if that shows up on the inside. Looking around on the other side, it's going to show that you can make the top fighter, the bottom fighter, and that you're going to have the ability to take out the core fighters, and you're going to get two core fighters, one for the Hexa and one for the regular V Gundam, and you're able to fly the top and the bottom, but they look pretty ridiculous, so you'll probably be doing this every time, and that those can transform into the regular V Gundam. One thing to mention is that sometimes the backs come with black and white writing on them, and here they're advertising that it's Gunpla's 30th anniversary, and that you're going to get a whole bunch of clear parts. In there it shows the version 2.0 with some clear parts. The release dates December 6th, the 20th, the 27th. But the biggest thing that's coming out in December is, of course, this Master Grade V Gundam. And they're also talking about how the Club MG is going to be starting on the 1st of January next year, 2010. Now this manual is pretty cool. It's very along the lines with most of the version Ka kits, and it's got a very faded looking image, so I was worried that was my camera for a second. Anyway, when you open up, gorgeous pictures. I really like the art on the version Ka Gundams in general, and it shows off the core fighter, the top fighter, the bottom fighter, back shots, the Hexa's head, a whole bunch of 3D design work that went on the inside, and finally the model all built up with my favorite, protect your back left with the beam shield. But the beam shield looks great, so I'm impressed. And this thing is all deckled up, and again some more looks there. You can see that the beam saber is going to come out of the wrist. You can see the cockpit, you can bring the shield forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's also going to show off the rest of the fighters and a bit of the transformation, including the weapons and the beam fan. Over here you're going to have a look. It talks about the Victory Gundam itself, what kind of world V Gundam encompassed, the pilot, Uso Ebbing. And when you start flipping through it, not a lot of plates is the first thing that I noticed when I cracked this open. You've got 2 Ds, 2 Es, but after that you've just got F, a small G plate, and then HI and some extra effect parts. Now moving on, the instructions are very, very clean and very, very clear. So if you've been building some old stuff like I have, like the GPO3, etc., or especially the GPO2A, this is such a breath of fresh air compared to some of those. So you go through the arms, the waist, the legs, the weapons, and then the beam equipment, including the fan, and then it's going to show you the transformation on the back pages on how to make the top fighter, bottom fighter, and deployment mode. I'll have to take a better look at that. And finally, at the back, you're going to have a whole ton of information. This is about what the different parts are. And then where do you put this ridiculous amount of decals that they're going to give you. And I'm not a big fan of decals, so we'll see how that looks without it. When you pop all the parts out of the box, you're going to see that really, in addition to there not being a lot of plates, you really get the impression that these are very, very small pieces. So starting with the V fins in the chest, you get very small ones, a head antenna. You're also going to get the alternative of putting in a soft one if you choose. Red parts here, feet, tons of clear parts, including a small base, which I'm assuming is going to be for the core fighter, and this is fantastic, clear landing gear. Very nice job there, Bandai. When you look at the B plate, again, these are small parts for the chest, but you just notice that there's a ton of detail in there, so I'm actually quite pleased to see that. The C plates are where you get the 2 helmets, and they're basically you just slap on front and back for the hexes, and I noticed that on things like the side armor, and especially over here on the D plates, that you're going to have a lot of lining opportunities on the arms, especially the forearms, and on things like the tails of the core fighters. Now this was great. When you look at the E plates, you get big fat ankle or calves. So everything looks pretty solid, and it looks like you have extra caps on here, but so far I'm not noticing any red parts to go around the elbows, etc. The fingers are 4 together, so you're not going to be able to run those separately. But overall, the first thing I noticed when I took this out was, well, this is all you're going to get for polycaps. So they've really gone along the lines of the Master Grade F91 and got rid of that, and this is great too. The G plate is for the beam rifle, and if you look at this, you can notice that it's different colors from the regular gray. So Bandai actually took the time to make a unique color just for the beam rifles. As far as the pink parts go, you're going to get, well, I don't know if this is supposed to be bent, but you get 2 beam sabers and the beam fan. Sort of cool. I remember in my 1/100th that it just had an ugly thing built onto it, but we should get a separate white handle here. The beam shield, you can see maybe that there's crackling energy going all around that, so I'm impressed with that. Finally, with the plates, you're going to get a set of whole clear plates, and in this case it is the B plate, and it even says on there, and it is identical to the blue plate. So basically, you can choose to replace all or some of the blue parts on your Victory Gundam with clear parts. Now, especially because this is a small model, it's going to be hard to take them on and off. So Bandai, thanks for this, but I think I'm probably not going to be using it. I want this to look like the real deal. Inside, you're going to get 2 sheets of decals, one on a green background, one on a white. And, yeah, I'm disappointed that the reds that go on the elbows are sure enough just decals. So here you're going to get the cameras for the 2 different heads and 2 different eye sets. And what's sort of neat about this is they don't give you a red part to go just above the cheekbones. It's actually on the sticker. So you've got eyes, black, and red all built into the sticker that you're going to put in. I wonder how many of these I'm actually going to use. So thanks for checking this out, everybody, and check back in a few days because this has become my top building priority. Sorry, Perfect Grade 00 Riser has nothing on the Master Grade Victory Gundam for some strange reason for me. And if you haven't seen the anime, it's really, of course, it's got a very dark reputation and it's very old style, but it's worth checking out if you haven't seen it already. And as you check out reviews of the high grade 1/100th, why not check out the 1/44th non-grade, which comes with the exciting feature of a forest in the background. Merry Christmas, Gundam fans, 2009, and hopefully 2010.